Jeopardy host Ken Jennings has not just been a phenomenal contestant on his show before, but he has added another feather to his cap by winning on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Alongside Matt Damon, he ended up winning the $1 million for Damon's charity, water.org. After the show was over, Jennings was asked which game show was harder to win. The host, impressed again with a diplomatic answer, stating that there were elements of gameplay in both that were tougher than the other. Jeopardy covers a lot of topics, but one can choose to avoid a topic that they are not comfortable with. While that is not the case with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I guess you could say that we won the million, so clearly, it's not a Jeopardy. Like Crucible, and that's true, Jeopardy probably, objectively, has a lot of things that are harder about it. But the thing about Millionaire is that it's like you have to swing at every pitch. You cannot let a ball go by and say, "That's not my pitch." You can't miss a question, and you always are so aware of that. It's like you're teetering over an Indiana Jones death pit, because the next question could be it at any point, he said. According to a TV Insider report, thankfully, Jennings had a good teammate in Damon, who is no slouch. The pair easily cleared a lot of the questions in the beginning. The trouble came in the $500,000 question and the $1 million question, but by that time, they had not used a single lifeline and could get all the help they needed to win the money. That is exactly what they did. Another interesting dynamic that Jennings commented on after the show was that Damon and host Jimmy Kimmel, the two have had an on-screen rivalry of sorts for many years now, and it seeps into whatever programming they have been a part of together. Even on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, that rivalry was evident. Jennings claimed to have loved it. "I'd seen them do that on TV so many times, and loved it, but for some reason, I had forgotten it was just going to go on in person while I was trying to win on a game show," he said. "So I tried to get 15 questions right, and I'm very worried and stressed about this. And then these two are doing a Friar Club roast, which was great. It actually ended up kind of taking off the pressure, because I started really enjoying seeing it up close. They're both super funny. Ultimately, they all had fun, and it was a good watch for fans as well." Ken Jennings, a name synonymous with trivia mastery and the iconic game show Jeopardy, recently weighed in on a question that has intrigued game show fans for years. Which game show is harder to win, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or Jeopardy? His answer not only provides insight into the mechanics and pressures of both shows, but also offers a fascinating glimpse into the mindset of someone who has made a career out of trivia. Jennings' fame skyrocketed in 2004, when he embarked on a record-breaking winning streak on Jeopardy, amassing 74 consecutive wins and over $2.5 million in prize money. Over the years, he has become a cultural figure, known for his encyclopedic knowledge and quick thinking. Naturally, fans are curious about how he compares other major game shows. The structure matters according to Jennings. The key difference between Jeopardy and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lies in structure and strategy. On Jeopardy, contestants face a board of 61 clues in varying categories and difficulty levels, and they must balance speed, accuracy, and wagering strategy. Success requires not just knowing facts, but also understanding game theory, when to buzz in, how to manage daily doubles, and when to make bold wagers. In contrast, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire presents a linear ladder of increasingly difficult questions, culminating in the $1 million question. Contestants answer multiple-choice questions with the help of 3 lifelines: 50-50, ask the audience, and phone a friend. While it might seem easier due to the multiple-choice format, Jennings emphasizes that the pressure at each stage is intense because a single wrong answer can end the game. The stakes at Millionaire are more concentrated. One wrong step can erase weeks of preparation, whereas on Jeopardy, the risk is distributed across hundreds of clues. Knowledge versus strategy. Jennings explains that Jeopardy requires both deep knowledge and sharp strategy. Contestants cannot rely solely on recalling facts. They must also master timing, reading the board, and calculating wagers. For example, selecting the right daily double can dramatically alter the outcome of a game. Jeopardy also rewards breadth of knowledge. A strong contestant must be well-versed across history, literature, science, pop culture, and even obscure trivia. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, on the other hand, is more about hypersure recall and decision-making under stress. While the multiple-choice format offers a lifeline, the linear progression means mistakes are less forgiving. Jennings notes that while some questions may be easier because they provide options, the difficulty curve ramps quickly near the top, making it psychologically taxing. Psychological pressure, one of the most significant challenges Jennings highlights is the psychological pressure on Millionaire. The lighting, dramatic music, and countdown clock create a highly charged environment designed to amplify tension. Contestants often struggle with the fear of losing their hard-earned winnings in front of millions of viewers. He recalls watching episodes where contestants froze, second-guessed themselves, or misread simple questions under the intense spotlight. On Jeopardy, the pressure is constant but distributed differently. Contestants must maintain focus for the entire game, buzzing in hundreds of times while under time constraints. Mistakes are more manageable, as a single wrong answer rarely ends the game immediately. Jennings believes this distribution of risk makes Jeopardy less psychologically punishing, even though the intellectual demands are higher. Preparation styles. Preparation for each show also differs. Jennings trained extensively for Jeopardy, consuming a vast range of trivia sources and practicing buzzing techniques. Memorization, pattern recognition, and simulated games were crucial. For Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, preparation often involves studying common trivia categories, practicing multiple-choice strategies, and simulating high-pressure environments. Contestants frequently use mock games to mimic the adrenaline of the hot seat. Jennings points out that while preparation can improve performance, the luck element is more pronounced on Millionaire because of the unpredictable difficulty of top-tier questions and reliance on lifelines. Luck vs. Skill. Jennings is candid about the role of luck. Jeopardy rewards skill consistently. A knowledgeable contestant can dominate even if the category selection isn't ideal. In contrast, Millionaire has a larger luck component because the hardest questions can sometimes hinge on obscure facts. While smart use of lifelines mitigates this, luck still plays a bigger role than in Jeopardy. Audience perception. From a fan perspective, both shows appear different in terms of difficulty. Many viewers assume Millionaire is harder because contestants walk away with life-changing sums of money on the line. Jennings argues that this perception is partly due to presentation. The dramatics make stakes feel higher, but intellectual rigor is often greater on Jeopardy. He also points out that Jeopardy rewards consistent excellence over time. A contestant might perform exceptionally across multiple games and steadily accumulate winnings, whereas Millionaire offers a single shot at massive payoff. The difference in reward structure shapes both the viewing experience and the contestant experience. The verdicts. Which show is harder to win? Jennings provides a nuanced answer. If you're talking about the difficulty of individual questions and the breadth of knowledge required, Jeopardy is tougher. If you're talking about pressure and the psychological weight of risking everything on a single question, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire can feel more punishing. He elaborates that a contestant with encyclopedic knowledge might dominate Jeopardy consistently, whereas the same contestant might crumble on Millionaire if nerves take over. Conversely, someone adept at handling stress could shine on Millionaire even if they are less broadly knowledgeable than a typical Jeopardy champion. Why both shows endure. Both game shows remain cultural touchstones precisely because of these differences. Jeopardy appeals to viewers who appreciate intellectual skill, strategy, and consistency. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire captivates with suspense, high stakes, and the dramatic thrill of seeing contestants navigate life-altering decisions. Jennings' reflections remind fans that winning on either show requires a combination of knowledge, strategy, composure, and a bit of luck, while his personal experience gives him a unique perspective on Jeopardy. He admires contestants who succeed under the blistering pressure of Millionaire. Ken Jennings' comparison of Jeopardy and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is insightful for fans, contestants, and trivia enthusiasts alike. He makes it clear that while Jeopardy demands broad knowledge and strategic mastery, Millionaire tests nerves, focus, and decision-making under extreme pressure. Both are challenging in different ways, and each game show's unique format creates its own type of intensity. Ultimately, Jennings' take highlights that trivia is not just about knowing facts, it's about how you apply knowledge under pressure. Whether you aspire to conquer the Jeopardy board or reach the million-dollar question on Millionaire, one thing is certain: the path to victory is never easy, and the stakes, intellectual, emotional, and financial, are sky high.